Hey there friends, and welcome back to episode 26 of my Krastorio and space exploration playthrough. I'm Icon, and there's been a lot of work between this and the last episode. So, I built up my own train tracks from this remote site here back home to my base, because I felt like grabbing things was way too much of a chore. Also, I took the time to pre-create those red circuits, so we won't be busy with that stuff anymore, because you know my motto, I really try to not produce things in this series more than once. And yeah, apart from that, we're running now version 1.1 because I tried it out and it's stable, it's wonderful, and we're using it now. And what's left to say? Yeah, I put up two smelter columns here, so we got a potential output of 15 plates per second, which is not entirely true because we don't have the necessary ore to back that up, but come on, I don't want to be that harsh on myself. This whole facility here is not meant to work permanently on full pressure. I would be designing this whole place a lot differently if I did. So today we got a lot of different things on our plate, so let's better get started. So copper plates are already off that pin, so we're not gonna need those anymore, but we're gonna need 100 units of petroleum gas. Luckily, I already know that I can just copy pasta something, because as far as I remember, this neat little construction here was spitting out 100 units of petrol gas, I thought, but no, it's only 80. So, whoopsie daisy. So we're just gonna use 6 regular oil refineries and just be happy with that. I really want to keep things simple for today. So I'm already creating plastic here, so let's just create more plastic there. So 6 refineries though is quite a bunch. So 4. Looks like we have to go for a little bit of a big underground ride here. Oh no. Okay, well, let's do it like this then. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. Simple split, simple refining techniques. So there we go. So I just hope we're gonna be able to fill the rocket silo today. I can't really promise that we're gonna hit this spot today, but well, I'm gonna try. Because, well, the necessary items for this endeavor are almost completely brought up here. I know that I missed a water connector there. But, well, I wanted to get back into business when I started constructing things which we didn't construct yet in this series, because I really like to keep things newish, you know. So let's just do it like that. That tree is in the way. Nah. There's no dead tree in the way. So we're just gonna do it like that. Easy. Easier than adjusting the pipe works in a way that it would work, because well, if the belt and the water connector are sharing the same tile, it's a pain to connect that properly, and I'm not willing to go into that kind of pain. So we're just gonna use this and that. No undergrounds here necessary. Not at all. Okay, so good thing that I got my elbow pipes. Alright, so the low density structures are among the most hungry facilities here, so I'm hoping that once we're past that stage, the rest of the assembly line here will be done quicker, but I can't promise anything yet. Alright, Still haven't fully plugged in the satellite thingies there. I just created the red and the blue circuits to begin with, and we still have to create a few batteries and well, such things. Okay, so next step will be 5 chemical plants providing plastics. So we're gonna do it like what? So I got a few units of coal here, but since I want to produce those low density structures up here, and we're gonna need 27 assemblers for that, I guess I want to go this way. Yeah, let's do this like that. I really like the idea of going this way. So we're gonna use 5 of them bad boys here. There we go. So I need a few simple pipes. No, I'm out of iron plates. But luckily now we're back in business, you know. It's just very simple for me to go somewhere and just grab something. It's very beneficial here. Because I was working up here for quite some time with very primitive tools, you know. Okay, I'm using a lot of elbow pipes here because I want to input the coal from this angle, and if I don't use the elbow pipes, I won't be able to use insert the coal from this angle, and that would be a shame. So there we go. We need to get back there. Can't wait to launch my first satellites. I'm already so hyped for that. But yeah, well, you can't change it. It's a lot of pre-production and preparation for that step. And I'm absolutely not sure how good it'll work in the end. Because, you know, this whole array that I'm constructing is not able to perform on full pressure. So there's never ever gonna be a moment where this array will be like able to produce its one satellite per second like I designed it on longer than, I don't know, for a few minutes. Depends on how many minerals are stockpiled in here. Alright, but we got the plastic. Next step, we need copper. I already got that, and we need steel. I remember producing steel here, so we already went through that. We're gonna transport that steel now. Well, is there an easier way transporting it back there? No, not really. So we're gonna go this way. Gosh, I already used so many of my yellow belts here again. So I don't want to interfere too much with my ore hubs. So we're gonna roll down here. That's okay. These days I keep using a lot of the red hoods too. So here we go. Because I feel like they're providing a lot of relief here with the extra range. Here we go. Nah, these new tips, they're quite helpful for people who are new here, but if you're already a long-term addict like me, they are quite annoying, to be honest there. Okay, so steel, plastic, and copper. I think we got all the necessary goods. Very good. So now 27 assemblers. How am I supposed to arrange them? Like 13, 13, 1? But then again, I need a triple belt assembly line. Oh, that's a little bit of a tough nut to crack. Unless I put them on red belts. And I just, yeah, that would be, yeah, let's do this. That's way simpler than anything I tried so far. So we're just gonna override this whole shenanigans here. Put this onto a red belt. And this way, one side of a red belt can easily transport 10 plastic bars per second. And when we do it like this, we end up with just only one belt for this assembly, which is really good, which is exactly what I want to see here. So let's do this. There we go. And now I can just loop that accordingly. Because, I don't know. My area here was meant to be there. So, let's see. I can already start here. So, wait a sec. We don't want to use it like that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 10. So, 13. We're gonna have an output into which direction there. Can't decide yet. That tag here is really not correct anymore, but that's not a problem. So I think I'm gonna output my low density structures for now into this direction. Pretty sure I will change my mind about that again. And I'm gonna pause the video for a sec to grab a few new belts because we're already low on those. Be right back. So there we are. I just wanted to take you guys on my train back to the base because I felt like showing it off at least once for the way back. It's really coming in so handy because trains, well, what can I say? Trains just are the faster transport way if you really got the same routes to take again and again. I really like that. So this way it's a lot easier now to gather some items. But well, this is still a very, very primitive way of working with trains. But since I see a lot of people shying away from trains, and I'm myself an absolute noob when it comes down to train configurations myself, but I feel like it's super simple to do work with trains, even if you have no clue how to work with them, like I do here. So that's why I keep sporting these simple solutions, you know. Really like that. So we're gonna need, I just want to have another one of those buggers, and that's all for just one of these things. That's it's really baffling me whenever I notice that it's just one low density structure per second. These guys are rather tough nuts, but that's okay. And like I said, I don't expect too much efficiency from this grid, but I'm already very happy to have a completely self-sufficient grid producing satellites for me, which won't be pressuring my main hub, which was the whole idea of this thing here. And I hope it'll work out. So let's copy pasta those inserters. I hope that'll work out here. In case you were wondering, here's the copy pasta. Oh no, well, I have to copy pasta this. And now we're gonna copy this whole column, rotate it, shift left click, and that's that. So constructing these huge arrays is not the same chore as it was back then when we had less items, less examples. I mean, that's the whole reason why people keep hoarding blueprints in this game. But I really like to have my own blueprints because, you know, sure, you can use other people's blueprints. That's absolutely no shame, but I am suffering from a different problem. When I use other people's blueprints, I often spend as much time trying to understand how they made it work, like I would have needed to make it work myself. So, you see, it's just a little bit of a weird thing. So let me pause here for a sec and repair that. Be right back. Alright, after all these unpleasant breaks and such, we're finally done with the pre-construction of the low-density thingies. So that's off our plate. Let's get to the solid rocket fuel. Solid rocket fuel is a very, very simple procedure, and we don't need much more than a little bit of light oil and a few iron plates, a little bit of oxygen. I think the oxygen will be the most complicated thing. So condensers. How much does a atmospheric condenser produce? Well, let's check it out. Oh, I remember. Problem. That was the problem again. You can't really check it out because there's somehow Helmod is not able to realize these condensers. So since you see, there's a lot of pre-construction in the background. We're gonna postpone that and get back to the rocket control units, which are, in my humble opinion, the much more interesting things anyways. So glass will be the easier part on this schedule, so let's get there. Going to need 2 more crushers. No, don't tell me I got to craft more crushers. So we're gonna be crafting a lot here. I see that already. There's no such thing like handcrafting in life. Okay, so we're gonna be busy with these. So that's a little bit of a pre-construction thing. I already did the iron plates. What I didn't do yet, what? 20 chemical plants? Okay, we're definitely gonna need to stock up on those too. So we're gonna need 2 plants for the sulfuric acid, and let's see, we're gonna need 5 chemical plants for that, and we're gonna need 150 units of petroleum gas. So let's check out. That's churning out 126. One of them is churning out 18. So we're gonna need. Let me think here for a sec. Those are 7. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need something like 9 of them. Luckily, I got a few refineries here left, but that's definitely gonna be a way larger operation than I originally anticipated, so probably gonna need a little bit more space than I thought. So we're gonna be checking out for a place where I can plop down all those oil refineries. I guess this is the place though. So let's see, basic splitting will work in this way. Alright, so we're gonna 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay then, so that's gonna be what we need for the sulfur production. That's quite a lot, don't you agree? I didn't expect that much to be necessary, honestly. So let's check out how much water is here involved. 70 units of water. So I guess we won't be seeing any problems whatsoever with just piping that water in there. So what we're gonna do here though will be a little bit okay, so I don't think I stand any chance of launching my first satellite during this episode. There's just too many things to be done in the background, so well, a little bit sad about that, but well, what can I do? I didn't expect such a huge investment at that point, but you know, it's not like I'm unhappy about that. The bigger the endeavor, the larger the reward, you know? Especially the feeling of being rewarded was growing alongside with the size of the task, in my opinion at least. But nevertheless, I'm going to need to stock up on chemical plants. That's one thing I'm already sure about, is I'm not gonna have enough chemical plants to get that magic going. So here's the first, here goes the next. Already getting used to all that oil refining here, so we're gonna connect the water here because I really feel like that's one of the simplest ways of doing it. Just plugging in a extra distributor. There we go. So now these bad boys got what they need. Let's give them some power, and let's see. There we go. Meanwhile, we're now able to check out how much production an atmospheric condenser can provide. So we're gonna need 100 units of oxygen, so let's see. One of them is 90. So 11, I'm gonna need a dozen of those, so 4 more than I already have. Well, it's not that much of an issue. So we got the necessary petroleum gas. Now we're gonna need the chemical plants, 5 of them. Maybe I do own enough. Wait a sec, this recipe requires 60 assemblers. Well, we're not gonna use tier 1 assemblers here, but 60? No, 40 assemblers. Oh my god, it's going to be such a beast, especially since I will need 3 input belts because it's 5. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna get there. one problem at a time. So next thing is gonna be the sulfur. We're gonna need water and petrol gas again, so well, let's drop them here. 5 of them, right. So I should create a few new pipes because that's obviously necessary. And why is there no water in here? Like, seriously, why is there no water in there? There we go, not better. So here we go. Definitely not enough pipes. I just hope we're gonna be okay with this one, but it's looking good. The only thing I'm pretty sure I'm not being good with are the necessary elbow pipes here. So there's another comet. One thing I really noticed lately is that my base is getting struck by a lot more comets than ever before. I wonder if that's because I'm covering more of the map here now. Because, you know, I kept wondering if the map on this mod isn't smaller than you're used to, you know? So we're gonna need it like this. Wonderful. Alrighty. So as far as I remember, the only thing lacking is now nothing. I always keep thinking that the sulfur production needs iron plates. I have no clue why that is so, but I do. Every single time I think that. So, we're gonna need 3 inserters on every machine. Jeez. I mean, that's absolutely an overkill, but you know me, there's no kill like an overkill. So, okay, here we go. So we got that sulfur thingy going on. Now we're gonna need 20 chemical plants to get that other stuff processed. It's just so insane, like those numbers. Gonna be right back. Gonna pause the vid in a second. I'm gonna be back with more chemical plants. So there we are, back on track. I took the liberty of creating a little glass smeltering operation here because we're definitely gonna need the glass too in the end of that, everything. So I felt like let's just do that. Now, let's get back to our little chemical facility thing. So, to create the sulfuric acid, we're just going to need 2 units of chemical plants. So, that's going to be pretty easy to provide. So, let's just put them down here. And to make things easier, I'm going to connect the iron plates necessary directly into this facility. But before we do this, let's merge the iron plates correctly into each other to make sure that we get a nice 15 unit packed belt. Let's do this with a little balancer too. So here we go. Just to make sure that everything's packed nice and tidily. Not that it's making too much of a difference, but I like it this way. So now we get to twiddle that in. I already got a nice idea how to achieve that. So here we go. Here we are. Just blending that in at this point, because that's making it all easier to achieve what we want to. So, we're gonna need 2 fast inserters for this machinery. My god. The necessities here are huge. So, water. We're gonna pick that water up from here. I just hope we're not gonna suffer any water shortage in the time between, because that would be a shame if we did. And here we are. So, my personal supply of sulfuric acid is happening here. So now we're gonna need a place where I can plop down 20 chemical plants and even let them output something. So it's gonna be quite a challenge. So that's gonna be 5. Oh no, I lost track. So how many are that? 9. Definitely no chance of getting that done in one go. So we're gonna plop down some belts here. So how's that gonna look like? We're gonna have input from this side. And how much input inserter-wise does a battery factory need? Only 1. That's at least something good. Is this even realistic? So, let's see. I gotta say, I never had such a huge battery factory ever running. So, gotta be checking out if that works as I want it to. So if I connect them like that, there's not gonna be any room here, so no, that's not gonna work like that. Too narrow, just too narrow. We gotta be cutting that out, and I'll leave a little bit more room here. Just something like this. Construction robots are really nice to get things done with. So here we go. I think that's going to be a lot more realistic here. So, but one thing's for sure, the distance between those machines is not high enough. I think that's why everything's here going so janky. Because, you know, when you're working with pipes, it's always better to leave a little bit of a room in between to make sure that you can do those connectors easy. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Isn't it? It's 10. Yeah, okay. So let's copy that. And we're already past the 30-minute mark, so bear with me just a little bit longer. I just want to get a few things done here before we leave today. So there's another thing I want to do, and that's grabbing up the copper plates. So for this particular splitter filters, now I'm not interested in that. So for this particular scenario, we're gonna need iron and copper together on a belt. So, well, let's just take it from here, I guess. Yeah. Oh, whoopsie. I wanted that splitter a little bit lower. So here we go. Alright, but this is going to be a larger thing to do. So, yeah, we're gonna be needing the next episode for this kind of endeavor now, but I kind of expected that, honestly. I would have been very surprised if I managed to get that done properly in one episode, you know. So here we go. That's the easiest way of connecting or mixing your belts. It's very similar to the balancer setup, and it does exactly the same kind of thing. It ends up delivering a belt system of mixed ores or plates or whatever, mixed goods in general. So we get this thing running, and now this is gonna be it. So I now prepared all the necessary items. So yeah, we're gonna start next episode with assembling all the necessary parts. We're gonna set up a solid rocket fuel facility and finish the rocket control units. So thanks so much for watching. I know it's a really, really long term project, and we had to go through a lot of hassle to get here, but it's gonna be worth it. So next episode, I'm pretty sure we're gonna launch our first satellites into space. Until then, I'd be very happy if you guys would drop me a comment down below, leave likes, leave subscribes, whatever you wanna. Your support is helping me a ton, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. See you then. Bye-bye.